Hello, my name is Adam Conard. I am doing my presentation today on a search and seizure. Search and seizure is very important to schools because they can really get into a lot of trouble if they are doing things in the incorrect manner. I think that largely our staff members and school officials aren't educated well enough on search and seizure. I noticed that a lot of teachers around our district they don't really know too much about the Fourth Amendment. And the Fourth Amendment basically is a protection of all citizens against the unreasonable search and seizure. And it doesn't have to be outside of school per se that the Fourth Amendment is in effect, because the Fourth Amendment is actually in effect wherever you are, and this includes all age groups. The big thing about search and seizure is you have to have probable cause. Probable cause means that there are facts or evidence pointing to a crime or illegal actions. And this also ties in with a reasonable suspicion. Reasonable suspicion and probable cause are about the same thing. Either way, that you have to have one or both of them to initiate a search. It is illegal for teachers or administrators to do a blanket search for illegal drugs. This is when teachers can get into some trouble when they know something's wrong in their classroom or in the hallway, and then all of a sudden they start searching everyone around, and that is very illegal. There needs to be suspicion of a particular person to conduct this search, or it needs to be individualized, meaning that you could pick two people out of the group, but you better make sure that those two people are the ones that you're actually suspicious of having the contraband. When inspecting book bags, you also have to be very cautious, but a little bit more cautious, because that's actually an item that the student owns, and so you're going to have a lot more reasonable suspicion on what's in their book bag. Book bag searches are extremely complex. They require a lot more evidence, and you also need to have the parents there or be informed prior to the search of the book bags. The book bags, there's actually a case of against the Regional Board of Education, and the courts ruled yes, it is justified to search book bags in this case. Why were they able to do that is because they actually sent home a letter stating that they were going to do this search. And that letter really helped them out in this case, because everybody was notified, and it was perfectly legal for them to do this. Automobiles are a little bit more difficult to be searching. I know at our school we've had drug dog searches go around the automobiles, and I've actually found drugs and alcohol in the vehicles. But you still have to have reasonable suspicion if you're going to be targeting somebody individual. You can't just have in this case, you can't just have a student who is unreliable tell you that there is drugs or alcohol in the vehicle, because those students aren't necessarily reliable. If the automobile is parked on public ground, a law enforcement officer must be present to inspect the vehicle, because then it's really out of the school's hands, because it is on public ground instead of on school grounds. Parents should be informed prior to do the blanket search of vehicles with like drug dogs or other means. And it's basically the big thing on most of the searches that you do is parents. If the parents are informed prior to it, it's a lot easier to get around the legality of search and seizures. Now we come to one of the most difficult areas, which is an actual personal search, searching somebody in particular, and it is so difficult to be able to do this. And the big thing is to get your administrators involved in this. And I don't suggest that a classroom teacher does a personal search unless they are absolutely 100% sure that there is immediate danger going to be involved. Otherwise, you're opening the can of worms for legal issues. Only conduct them when there's overwhelming evidence against somebody. There should be some kind of immediate harm to others that could happen. When conducting a personal search, do so in private, and you better make sure that you have somebody of the same gender do the search. If it's a female, you definitely want to have a female do the search. It just gives a lot more privacy to the person, and doesn't make them feel uncomfortable, because that's one of the things that could happen is somebody could end up suing the school districts if they feel like they were humiliated through the search. They should be provided alternate clothing during the search, that way so that their clothing can be inspected, and they also have something that is covering them up. You don't want them to be naked throughout the search. Advise the parents of the type of search being conducted, and consider this as a last resort. You don't want to be doing personal searches if you don't have to. Again, the search and seizure is pretty big in schools, because there's always a teacher that is faced with one of these situations, and it could be something as minor as a student having tobacco in their purse, in their bags, or in their pocket, and just make sure that you have all of your information intact before you do one of these searches. So in conclusion, this is a Fourth Amendment issue that we were talking about with the search and seizures. Make sure that you know all the things that could get you into potential trouble, or your staff members that could get themselves in trouble. And thanks again for bearing with me through this screencast. This is my first one I've ever done, so it was kind of interesting doing all the stop and goes of the actual presentation. I hope that the rest of you guys enjoyed doing this, and it was a good experience for me. So I can't wait till we get to the next module. Thanks.